The courtroom just shook up Washington's trade game plan. Donald Trump's tariff war just hit a legal wall, and this could change everything. Welcome back to Truthory, where we break down power plays, policies, and politics in simple terms. Today, we're diving into a federal ruling that's put a giant crack in Donald Trump's trade war armor. So here's what went down. A U.S. trade court, yep, that's the Court of International Trade based in New York, just ruled that former President Donald Trump overstepped his authority when he slapped global tariffs on imports last month. The court said Trump leaned on an emergency law during his so-called Liberation Day speech in April, but here's the kicker. That law doesn't give the president free rein to impose sweeping tariffs. That power? It belongs to Congress, not the White House. This ruling doesn't just cover the latest tariffs. It extends to earlier ones Trump dropped on Canada, Mexico, and China, supposedly over fentanyl and border security. And yes, the court said, that's illegal too. Trump's whole argument was this: America's massive trade deficit, over $1.2 trillion, is a national emergency, especially when it comes to China. So, in his view, that gave him the green light to declare an emergency and tax imports. The court? Not buying it. Judges straight up said, "We're not here to judge if tariffs are wise or dumb, we're just saying the law doesn't let you do that." And boom, collision. A permanent injunction landed on all of Trump's blanket tariff orders since January. Back on April 9th, Trump hit all imports with a 10% tariff. Then he tacked on reciprocal hikes for countries with big trade gaps. That move? Now in serious trouble. Experts say if this ruling holds, it'll punch a hole in Trump's trade strategy. It could also throw U.S. negotiations with the EU, China, and others into pure chaos. How did Team Trump take the news? Not well. The administration immediately filed for appeal. Kush Desai, a White House spokesperson, claimed the trade deficit had decimated American towns and was a threat to national defense. He argued, unelected judges shouldn't decide how to handle national emergencies. Then Stephen Miller, remember him? Called the ruling a judicial coup out of control. The Department of Justice, run by Trump's pick, Pam Bondi, said the lawsuits were invalid because only Congress can challenge a president's emergency powers under this law. While the legal teams clash, the markets, they popped some champagne. The US dollar gained strength. European and Asian stock markets rose. And oil prices? Up by more than $1 a barrel. Economists seem to agree, scrapping these tariffs might actually help the global economy. Here's where things get interesting. Trump has 10 days to start unwinding these block tariffs. But he's not out of options yet. He could still use Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974 to impose new 15% tariffs for 150 days. Or turn to Section 338 of the 1930 Tariff Act, yeah, that's a real thing, which lets the president hike tariffs up to 50% if another country's hurting U.S. commerce. Mona Paulson, a law expert from the London School of Economics, told Truthory, this isn't the end of Trump's tariff playbook. It's just going to get murkier. What about deals already on the table? Well, Trump's trade agreement with the UK, announced on May 8th, now hangs in limbo. It included a 10% across-the-board tariff, and with this court ruling, that's on shaky ground. Trade partners may now hold a stronger hand, knowing the US president's power to enforce tariffs isn't unlimited after all. So what's next? This fight's heading to the DC Court of Appeals. If things escalate, we could even see it reach the Supreme Court. In the meantime, businesses, markets, and global leaders will be watching every move, because what happens next could reshape the way America trades with the world. That's all for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and hit that bell icon for more updates on US power, policy, and truth, right here on Truthory. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious,